Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some circle to circle transitions like this. So we're going to be doing circle to circle transition. So we're going to have a 4-inch transitioning to a 6-inch, but we're also going to give it an offset, so it's going to be nice and even on one side. So let me just quickly show you. So this will be 4-inch to 6-inch in diameter, and we're going to give it a 5-inch height like so. And again, it's going to have an offset over to one end, nice and even. All right, let's get to it. Oh, and one more thing, obviously we're going to be making this to make that. So since everything's in the center, well, not really in the center, but rather to one side, you can just split it and then just duplicate it once, and it'll result to that. All right, now let's get to it. All right, let's go ahead and start by making a 6-inch line, which will be the 6-inch circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, so 6 inches divided by 2 is 3. So 1, 2, 3. And that's where we're going to put our compass, our sharp point, and put the pencil point on one end, or the 3-inch mark. Gonna lock it in place and make our nice circle. Nice and dark so you guys can see it. Okay, next we're gonna make our 4-inch circle. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 1, 2. So that's our center point of our 4-inch circle. Sharp point on our center of our circle, pencil point on the outer end. Lock it in place and make our 4-inch circle. So that's what I mean by offset. It's this 4-inch circle is not in the center, but rather shifted to one side. Okay, so now that we have that line down, split down the middle, now we're going to go ahead and start dividing both circles in pies evenly. So let's start with the 6-inch first. And we're going to start striking some random arcs so that we can get intersecting arcs. So we can start getting our pies. That didn't reach, so I'm going to go back again. Okay. So I'm going to line up that intersecting arc to the center of the 6-inch circle. Do a line right there. Okay, and I'll do here and here. And strike an arc here, do the same thing here. Perfect, they intersect. Okay, line up these intersecting arcs to the center of our 6-inch circle. Do a mark right there and do the same thing on this end. Okay, now here, 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 and here. Use a smaller compass. More agile for this. Okay, I'm gonna lock it in place. Strike a random mark here and here. Hopefully they intersect, and they do. Perfect. Go here. Boom. Okay, we're going to line up these intersecting lines to the center of our 6-inch circle, and I'm going to mark right there. Same thing on this, intersecting lines to the center of our 6-inch circle, do a mark. Same thing on this side, line it up to the center of our 6-inch circle, do a line. The last one here, almost went to the 4-inch. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and erase this. Okay, so the same thing that we did here, just like what we did here, let's do it on the 4-inch. So we're just going to do, again, just do half the portion of that. So let's go ahead and go back to the bigger compass. Put it on one side of the circle. And let's see if we can get some arcs intersecting each other. So one here and one there. Okay, line this intersecting arcs to the center of the 4-inch circle and then do a mark right there. Okay, now we're going to go here and here. Strike an arc. Put it here now. Intersect that, which is good. Go back out here. Perfect. Okay. Line up the intersecting arcs to the center of the 4-inch. Do a mark right there. Same thing on this one. Line it up to the center of the 4-inch circle and do a mark. Okay, let's go ahead and erase this really quick. Okay, let's go ahead and do one here, 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 and here. And that might be too wide. Okay, there, that's good. That, and like so, perfect. Do it here. I think I might have to do that one again. Yeah, I do. Go back. They have to yeah, there we go. Intersect each other. Okay, and do it like that. Put it here. Strike an arc, swing it over. Boom, and boom. Okay, you can barely see that one. Okay, do this one. Right there. This one here. Line it up to the center of the 4-inch circle, and then the last one. Right there. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and clean that up. Okay, so let me quickly show you guys really quick. So now that we have this all marked, now we're going to go ahead and number them just like what you see here. So we're going to start by putting the numbers on this 4-inch and then end with the 6-inch. So let me just show you really quick. So from this point right here, which is here, right here, if you guys can see that, we're going to number that as 1. So on the 4-inch, I want to put the numbers on the inside of the 4-inch circle. So that's going to be 1. The next one is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, and then we're going to go back to this one. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to start here again. We're now going to go down, which is in the same spot. We're going to go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 18. Okay, so this will be 10. This will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, now the next thing that we want to do, I believe this is really important, at least for me, because this is really confusing as far as figuring out which numbers goes to which. So here's what I mean. So when we start doing our layout, we're gonna first establish the simple two numbers, which is gonna be 10 or 1 and 10, and you'll see what I mean when I set it up. But what we're gonna be doing is this: we're gonna go from 10 to 1, 1 to 11, 11 to 2, 2 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 13, 13 to 4, 4 to 14, 14 to 5, and so on. Okay, so you guys get the point, right? So we're gonna go from 10 to 1, which is right here, and then from 10 to 1 we're gonna go 1 to 11. So I'm gonna start on doing some zigzag lines so that we can see that. So I'm gonna go 1 to 11, and then 11 to 2. So I'm gonna go 11 to 2, and then 2 to 12. So 2 to 12, and then 12 to 3, 3 to 13, 13 to 4, 4 to 14. So you see how I'm going up and down. 14 to 5, 5 to 15, 15 to 6, 6 to 16, 16 to 7, 7 to 17. I think that one moved. Yeah, I did. 7 to 17, okay. And then 17 to 8. And then last one, 18, or 8 to 18. So you see that? See those zigzags? Now, just to kind of make it a little bit easier, I'm going to put arrows so that you see which way you're going as far as going down or up or down or up. So let's see. So we got 10 to 1, 1 to 11. You can't see that. 11 to 2, and then 2 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 13. So from 3 to 13 you can see it. So watch. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll blow that up on the camera. I'm going to put an arrow that's showing you which direction you want to go. So now we're going to go 13 to 4. See, it's pointing this way. And then 4 to 14. I'm going to put an arrow. See, it's pointing down. And then 14 to 5. Now it's going to go up. And then this is going to go down. 5 to 15. And then 15 to 6 going up. Then 6 to 16 going to the right. Then 16 to 7 going to the left. And then 7 to 17 going to the right. 17 to 8 going to the left. And then 8 to 18 going to the right. And then 18 to 9 going to the left. Hopefully you guys can make sense of that. It's going to come in really handy, trust me. Okay, next thing. Let's go ahead and do a true length triangle. And we're going to give it a 5-inch height. So let's go ahead and get our true length triangle established really quick. Okay, and we said that we want to give it 5 inches in height. So you're going to start from where the vertical and horizontal lines meet on your true length triangle from here, and then count up to 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that right here is our 5-inch mark. 5-inch mark. Okay, now comes the part where we transfer all this information on here. Okay, so since everything's in the center, we have an offset of 4 inches down to one side, but it's lined up nice and centered. You see that this 4 inch is not coming out of the 6 inch, but rather on the inside. So if you think about it, 1 to 10 is straight down. So that means that your 10 to 1 is going to be put right here. So we're going to mark it as 10 to 1 because you don't stretch out. It's just straight down on the center, or right down the along the line with the 6-inch. Okay, so the next one that we want to do, we went from 10 to 1. Now let's get the distance from 1, or from 1 to 11. So what you do is get your compass, put your compass on 11, open up your pencil point to 1 on the 4-inch, and then lock it in place like so. Put your sharp point now here, swing it over. You're going to call that 1 to 11. 1 to 11. Okay, now from there, from 1 to 11, we want to go 11 to 2. So let's get the distance from 11 to 2. So 11 to 2 is here, 11 and 2. So sharp point on 11, pencil point on 2. I'll lock it in place. You can barely see it. It's not even, can't even get the compass to close. Okay, now we're going to put a sharp point here on our 2-lane triangle, and we're going to mark that. See that? Okay, and that's going to be called 11 to 2. So 11 to 2, that mark right here. Okay, now we want 2 to 12. So the distance from 2 to 12, here's 12 and 2, so the distance from 2 to 12, sharp point on 12, pencil point on 2. Gonna lock it in place. Put your sharp point here, 2-lane triangle, strike an arc, and that is 2 to 12. Okay. Okay, so 2 to 12. Now we want to go 12 to 3. So here's 12. We're going to go up to 3. Sharp point on 12. Pencil point on 3. We're going to lock it in place like so. See that? 2-lane triangle. Strike an arc. And that's going to be called 12 to 3. Okay, 12 to 3. Now we want to go 3 to 13. So get your distance. Sharp point on 13, pencil point on 3. So 3 to 13. See that? Okay, sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. I'm going to strike an arc. And that is going to be your 3 to 13. 3 to 13. Okay, so you see the arrows. So 3 to 13. Now we want to go up. Arrows pointing up. So 13 to 4. Distance from 13, pencil point to 4. We're going to lock it in place like so. See that? 2-lane triangle. Strike an arc, and it looks like 111 is sharing 13 to 4. So let me confirm that again. Like so. Go back here. Kind of. So I want to go ahead and make a line right here. And I'm going to call this 13 to 4. Okay, so right there. Okay, next one. We're at 4. We want to go down. See the arrows pointing down. So 4 to 14. So to get the distance from 4 to 14, I'll lock it in place like so. See that? Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. Strike an arc, and we're going to call that 4 to 14. So 4 to 14. Alright, now we're at 14. Let's go back up. Let's go 14 to 5. Sharp point on 14, pencil point on the number 5. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. Swing it over, strike an arc. And that's 14 to 5. So I want to put it right here. So 14 to 5. There. Okay, 14 to 5. Now we want to go arrows pointing this way, so we want to go now 5 to 15. Let's get our compass and let's do 5 to 15. I'm going to lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. Swing it over. And we're going to call this 5 to 15. Let's put it right here. So 5 to 15. Like that. Okay, we're at 15. Now let's go 15 to 6. See how the arrow's pointing that way? So 15 to 6. Lock it in place like so. I think I could go a little further. There, that's good. Okay, 15 to 6, 2-leg triangle. And we're going to put it right here. So 15 to 6, and that is this one right here. So I'm going to throw a line so we know that that's what it's for. 15 to 6. So 15 to 6. Now let's go 6 to 16. 6 to 16. And hold on. Okay, so where were we? 15 to 6. So 15 to 6. Now 6 to 16. Okay. 2-lane triangle. Swing it over. And we're going to call this 6 to 16. Right there. Okay, we're at 16. Arrow's pointing up, so let's go 16 to 7. So get the distance from 16 to 7. And lock it in place like so. Okay, sharp point on your 2-leg triangle. Swing it over. And we're going to call this 16 to 7, which is kind of close to the 3 to 13. I'm not sure if that's going to really make a difference, but oh well. So 16 to 7, so that's from here, 16 to 7. Now we want to go right. See where the arrow's pointing that way? So 7 to 17. Get your distance from 7 to 17. Gonna lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. I'm gonna strike an arc. And we're gonna call this 7 to 17. Okay, 7 to 17. Arrows pointing out over to the left. So let's go 17 to 8. And open up your compass to 8 from 17. Gonna lock it in place like so. Sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. We're gonna swing it over, and we're gonna call that one 17 to 8. And we're gonna do a line like so. There we go. So 17 to 8. Now let's go 8 to 18. Gonna lock it in place like so. See that? 8 to 18, sharp point on 2-lane triangle. We're gonna swing it over, and it looks like, let's see, let me just confirm that really quick. Yeah, 8 to 18. So it looks like 8 to 18. It looks like 5 to 15 is being shared. So we're going to do a line like that. Okay? So 8 to 18. Now we're going to go 18 to 9, which is the last one. Gonna open it up. There we go. 18 to 9, that's a distance. Sharp point on your 2-lane triangle. And we're gonna do 18 to 9. Let me see. It looks like okay. Let me see, where can I put it? Let's put it right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. 18 to 9, and that one is being shared by 17 to 8. So I'm gonna draw a line like that. I think you guys are gonna start freaking out when you guys start doing this on your own. All these lines and numbers and stuff. Yeah, but anyways, okay. So there we go. So let me see. So we got 7 to 17. There's 7 to 17, and then we went 17 to 8. There's 17 to 8, and then 8 to 18, 8 to 18, and then 18 to 9, 18 to 9. All right, now we're gonna start doing the fun part. Okay, so this is obviously what we're gonna be making. So we're gonna first start by representing our starting points, which is gonna be 1 and 10. So this is gonna be 1 here and 10 right here. So I don't know if you guys can see the split. Let me show you on this one better. There we go. So this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 10. Okay, so let's begin, and let's start off with a 5-inch line. Okay, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I know I said that on other videos that I don't want to go over 30 minutes, but it's just that this one takes quite a long time to do, but we're almost there. Okay, let's get going. So we're going to mark this as 1. So we'll put 1 right here. And then this one's going to be number 10. Okay, so here it is. It's really simple. So since we have 1 here, we want to reach out to 2, which is going to be here. And the same thing on 10. 10 is here. We want to reach out to 11, which is going to be somewhere around here. So the way you do that is get your compass and get the distance from 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Put your sharp point on 1 or 2, vice versa. And that's the distance. We're going to lock it in place like so. Okay. Put your sharp point on 1. And then you're going to strike an arc. Okay, so somewhere around here is going to be 2. Now let's do 11. So get the distance from 10 to 11. From 10 to 11. Like so. We're going to lock it in place. See that? Okay. Put your sharp point on 10. Strike an arc. And there we go. Okay, so now that we got these arcs, let's go ahead and find 2. And let's go ahead and find 11. So now what you do is you're going to use your true link triangle. That's where it'll come into play. And let's look. We got 10 to 1, which is here. Now let's go 1 to 11. So where is 1 to 11? Here it is, 1 to 11. Sharp point on 1 to 11. Open up your pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Just put sharp point on 1. Swing it down. Strike an arc. And now you found 11. Okay, now we want to go 11 to 2. 11 to 2. So 11 to 2 is right here. Sharp point on 11 to 2. Open up your pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. See that? Okay. Sharp point on 11. I'm going to strike an arc. And now that is 2. Okay, let's do some zigzags just so that we don't get confused, because even I get confused. Okay, now, so we got 2 and we got 11. Now let's look for 3 and then let's look for 12. Okay, so let's get the distance from 2 to 3. Like so. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, sharp point on 2. Strike an arc. Somewhere there is going to be 3. Now let's look for 11 to 12. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 11. We're going to strike an arc. Okay, now what we want to do is get the distance from 2 to 12. 2 to 12. So 2 to 12 is right here. Sharp point on 2 to 12. Open up your pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Put sharp point on 2. Swing it down. Strike an arc. And now you found 12. Now we want to go up 12 to 3. 12 to 3. So let's look for 12 to 3, which is right here. Sharp point on 12 to 3. Open up your pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Okay, sharp point on 12. Strike above. And now you found 3. Okay, so that's pretty much what you do. I'm not sure if you guys see a pattern, but that's all you're doing. Alright, let's keep going. So there's 3. Let's look for 4. So the distance from 3 to 4. Like so. Okay, put sharp point on 3. And we're going to strike an arc. Okay, now we want to look for 12 to 13. 12 to 13. Okay, there you go. Put sharp point on 12. Strike an arc. Alright, now we want to go from 13, or I'm sorry, from 3 to 13. So 3 to 13. See that arrow? 3 to 13. So let's go to your true length triangle and let's look for that. 3 to 13. So 3 to 13 is right here. See that? Sharp point on 3 to 13. Open up our compass, pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 3. Swing it down, strike an arc, and now you found 13. Now we want to go 13 to 4. 13 to 4. So 13 to 4 is right there. Sharp point on 13 to 4. Pencil point on the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. And put your sharp point now on 13. Strike an arc above. And there's your 4. And we're going to go up. There we go. Next one. 5. 4 to 5. So let's get the distance from 4 to 5. You're pretty close right there. See that? Put sharp point on 4. And we're going to strike an arc. Now the distance from 13 to 14. I'm holding it or locking it in place. See that? Okay. Put sharp point on 13. Strike an arc. Alright, now let's go from 4 to 14. See the arrow? It's going this way. So 4 to 14. 4 to 14. So where's our 4 to 14? 4 to 14 is right here. lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 4. Swing it down. Boom. Now you found 14. Now we want to go 14 to 5. 14 to 5. So 14 to 5 is right here. Open up our pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 14. Strike an arc above. And now you found 5. Let's do some zigzags, zigzag lines. Alright, we're almost there. So now 5 to 6. Distance from 5 to 6. Looks like that. I'm going to lock it in place. Sharp point on 5. Swing it over, strike an arc. Now we want to go the distance from 14 to 5. Get our compass, open it up to both points. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Sharp point on 14. Strike an arc. Okay, now go to our true length triangle. Now we want to go 5 to 15. See the arrow? 5 to 15. So 5 to 15 is right here. Open up a pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. I'm going to lock it in place. Put your sharp point now on 5. Swing it over, strike an arc, and now you found 15. Now we want to go 15 to 6. See that? 15 to 6. So where's 15 to 6? There it is, 15 to 6. So here's our arc. Open up our pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place. See that? Sharp point on 15. Strike an arc above. And now you found 6. Okay, 5 to 15, and then 15 to 6. Alright, next. 6 to 7. Let's get the distance from 6 to 7. Okay, see that? Sharp point on 6, strike an arc, and somewhere around there is 7. Now let's get the distance from 15 to 16. So sharp point on 15, open up our pencil point to 16. There you go. There it is. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sharp point on 15. Strike an arc. I almost growled. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Now let's go and get the distance from 6 to 16. See? 6 to 16. So let's go to our true length triangle. 6 to 16 is right here. Sharp point on 6 to 16. Open up your pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place. See that? Okay, sharp point from 6. Swing it over, strike down, and now you found 16. Now we want to go 16 to 7. See? 16 to 7. So go to our true length triangle and let's look for 16 to 7. There it is right there. You can barely see it. Sharp point on 16 to 7. Pencil point on our 5-inch height mark. I'm going to lock it in place. Sharp point on 16 to 7. So on 16. Boom. And now you found 7. Okay, let's go ahead and get these zigzag lines. 16 to 7. Alright, next. 7 to 8. Get the distance from 7 to 8. And lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Now we're going to go 7 to 8. Okay, now that we got 8 right here, now let's look for from 16 to 17. So let's get our compass, open it up from 16 to 17. We're gonna lock it in place like so. Let me flip it over so you guys can see that. Okay, sharp point on 16, strike an arc. Okay, now we want to go from 7 to 17. 7 to 17. Go to your 2-lane triangle. 7 to 17 is right here. Sharp point there. Open up your pencil point to your 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 7. Swing it down. Strike an arc. And now you found 17. Now we want to go 17 to 8. 17 to 8. 17 to 8 is right here. So sharp point on 17 to 8. And pencil point to the 5-inch height mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Sharp point on 17. Strike an arc. And now you found 8. We're almost there. Let's get the zigzag lines going. Okay, we're almost done. Alright, last one. Distance from 8 to 9. 8 to 9. Gonna lock it in place like so. Okay, sharp point on 8. And we're gonna strike an arc. Okay, now the distance from 17 to 18. 17 to 18, like so. See that? Sharp point on 17, and we're going to strike an arc. Okay, now we're going to go to our true length triangle, and we want to go from 8 to 18. 8 to 18. So where's 8 to 18? Right here. So it's right here. Okay, and we're going to open up to the 5-inch height mark. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Okay, put a sharp point on 8. Swing it down. Strike below. And now you found 18. And now we want to go 18 to 9. So where's 18 to 9? Right here, and that line is right there. 18 to 9. We're going to open it up to the 5-inch height mark. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Okay, sharp point now on 18. Strike above, and you found 9. There it is. Alright, let's get a shape going. So, as you can see, there's so many steps. There's like, you know, not all patterns are going to come out exactly the same like others. Just because there's so many variables. I mean, and what I mean by that is you can see there's so many repeated steps that you're doing that any kind of mishap or, you know, off the trail that you're doing, or if you're off by maybe a 16th or whatever, it'll just mess everything up, and it might be off. But I mean, but for the most part, it'll be pretty close. So not everything will be exactly the same. And there it is. So there's a shape. So that is that. So if everything is done correctly, it'll match this pattern like that, more or less. So let's see. So yeah, there it is. Alright, so just quickly kind of go over it. So this goes like so, and it wraps around, finishes there. We can flip it over. and you just repeat it one more time, and it'll match that and make this. And then just a side note, so you can also break it like this, and that's what I mean by breaking, meaning you just bend the lines. So for instance, this is 1 and 10, and then this is 2 and 11. So all I do is just I bend these marks on a corner or with a ruler, and then you can get this shape like so. This one obviously I just did off the corner of the table. You can just kind of like let me see. So I just kind of like pretend this is the edge of the corner, and then just kind of like roll it like so, and it'll give it a nice curl. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.